So this week, we wanted to show you how to make a great and pretty easy Sichuan dish, MSG noodles. They're a classic from Leshan, one of the great food cities in Sichuan. But before we dive in here, let's just tackle the elephant in the room. Yes, MSG noodles is the real name. It's a direct translation of味精素面. It's called that because, well, MSG is one of the primary flavors of this noodle. See, in a time before the whole racist Chinese restaurant syndrome hysteria hit the US, in a time before food manufacturers slid MSG or equivalents into much of the junk food we eat, in a time well before David Chang et al. Rightly sought to rehabilitate MSG's image into something more fact-based, MSG was just an ingredient like any other ingredient. Over here in China, it first gained popularity in the early 1930s, especially as a way to spruce up vegetarian dishes. But the ingredient's penetration into the country wasn't quite as rapid as neighboring Japan's. Even by the 1950s, MSG was still a bit of a novelty in Leshan. So around that time, a local chef named Liu Zongxiu decided to use a good spoonful alongside his house chili oil to dress some vegetarian noodles. And with that, an instant classic was born. And while you don't see this dish all that much outside of Leshan, today MSG is used extensively in Sichuanese cuisine as a way to balance the raw heat of dried chilies. So if you've ever had any street snacks in Chengdu or Chongqing, they've almost assuredly been seasoned with at least a sprinkle of MSG. Now, full disclosure that this is an absurdly simple noodle dish. So we also decided to make a separate quick video on how to make a pork bone and kelp soup that's classically eaten alongside this called daisatang, and we'll link that for you at the end of the video. So right, the noodles used in this dish are called gungun mian, or stick noodles. They're a kind of alkaline noodle that are a bit thicker than some of the other varieties in Sichuan. You could probably sub these with some proper Japanese ramen noodles, but just in case you felt like making the real deal, let's just sort some out real quick. Now, about a month back, we taught you how to make some yi bean burning noodles, which use a noodle called 水叶子面. These guys only differ in their shape. The dough is exactly the same. So to recap how to make it, you'll need a half teaspoon sodium carbonate or baked baking soda dissolved in 90 grams of water. And instructions on how to bake your baking soda are in the description box if that technique's new to you. Then just drizzle that mixture bit by bit into some bread or noodle flour, and once it's good and combined, either knead or let that go in a stand mixer on speed 2 for 8 minutes. After that time, just press it all together, then cover and let it rest for half an hour. Now, just like the 水叶子面 and burning noodles, we'll first make this smooth by repeatedly passing the dough through a pasta maker. So cut your dough into 2 pieces, here we did 4 because we're doing a double batch, and pass it through at the widest setting. Fold the dough like a letter, then go through this again, 6 times total. And yes, you're not crazy, this little IKEA table is definitely uncooperatively unphotogenic. Our new one is in the mail. Now do the same step, passing it through at the second widest setting, then again at the third widest setting. Then just give those a cut by turning them through the narrow slice on your pasta maker, which was 2 millimeters wide on our machine. Now just give those a thorough flour, and you've got yourself some Sichuan-style gungun mian. So right, this dish employs a lot of the Sichuan noodle usual suspects. Besides 3/4 of a teaspoon MSG per serving, we'll also be tossing in a half teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon light soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of a good quality homemade chili oil. If you need one, we've got a chili oil recipe for you up here, but if you don't feel like making a whole batch, you could alternatively use some laogama chili crisp. It wouldn't really be the same thing, but it could work in a pinch. Just cut your MSG quantity in half if choosing that route. Then also toss in a tablespoon of yacai, fermented Sichuan mustard greens. In Leshan, they'll traditionally use these sort, which are sweeter and use only the stems. But fear not, we'll be using the more common abroad suimi yacai, which honestly also work just fine. Then toss in another tablespoon or so of sliced scallions, and this bowl is ready for noodles. Now, fresh noodles obviously boil real fast, so be sure to have everything handy here. So just toss in 150 grams of noodles into some boiling water and cook those until just past al dente, or about 1 minute. This will be 1 serving. Give those a quick strain, then into the bowl. We're good to serve these up, but quick warning that as soon as they leave the strainer, your shot clock will be ticking. Mix everything together, but if you do find some sticking, just add a touch of water to loosen things up a bit. Make sure it's all good and combined, and devour. Just one of those simple, good things.
So right, in Leshan, when people order this kind of noodles, they will usually also order a small bowl of soup like the scallop soup, it's a classic. And besides drinking the soup, what they would do is they will like grab some kelp and mix it in with the noodles, and then you eat the noodles with like the kelp or the vegetables in the soup, and there you go, you have a full meal. So check out the link in the description box for detailed recipe. A big thank you for everyone that's supporting us on Patreon, and of course, subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos.